Hi everyone, welcome to BumbleBeeCrafts. Happy Slow Stitch Sunday. Hope you're all doing well. So today I'm going to be starting a new project, but first things first, I wanted to show you the finished project that we've been working on over the last few weeks. So let me move these out of the way. They were previous ones that I'd done. I've got my candle lit. I've got a lovely cup of green tea with lemon. So this is my slow stitch project, completely finished. I am so in love with it. It's turned out perfectly. I can't believe this is actually something I've done. I've seen lots of things on Pinterest where people will add twigs, different textures, and natural elements to their piece, and they will often have them either framed or hung up and stuff, and I've always admired that kind of thing, and thought to myself when I was looking at them, I thought with the touch of red it's got that poppy-esque feel to it. So I hunted around my little stash of bits that I collect. I'm a bit odd. I like to collect feathers and dried seed heads and all sorts of nature things. And then I found some vintage buttons that were quite nice looking, with the lovely wooden ones with the lovely print inside them, and just thought to myself that I was going to leave it plain after I'd done this bit of stitching, because this was all I had to do off camera, and have gone round like this in a square spiral and then left the middle open, because I was thinking I'd put a button on there, and I put the button on, and I was sitting here and I just looked across and thought, oh, the poppy head's perfect. So that is my finished first slow stitch piece. All I've done is just put a bit of backing material on the back here and just some loops so that it can hang up. I'm not sure where I'm going to hang it as yet, which is why there's no twine or anything on it, but that is just perfect. I love it. So yeah, I wanted to show you that. Let's bring it in a bit closer and show you. Look at that, so lovely. So that's that project all nicely finished. So today we're going to be starting a new project, and what I thought I'd like to do is a journal topper. I've got quite a few fabric journals that have been, the covers have already been done, but they're just plain fabric, and I thought this would be perfect to do a lovely journal topper. So I've grabbed my nature journal here that is roughly around about the size of journals that I tend to do, this kind of size. So I just want to gauge how big a piece I want on here. So I'm probably thinking that I want a topper that's actually going to fill most of the journal. So I do quite like this. Okay, let's cut this to, I would say, about there. Let's tear this. Oh, there we go. Didn't think it was going to tear to start with. Okay. So that's going to be roughly how big our journal topper is going to be, and actually I think where that crease is going to be quite a nice size. So yeah, I can just get those threads out. So yeah, our piece that we do next is going to be that kind of size and a journal topper. and depending on which journal it goes on, we can either stitch it down if we haven't put the card on the journal, or we'll just glue it on. Okay, that's good. So we've got our base to work with, and this is just some calico material that I had left over. I think it was lined, some old curtains that I had. Anyway, that can go in there. So now we've got to decide on what are we doing on the front. Now, I am still feeling the autumn colours at the moment, definitely feeling autumn. So I've grabbed my bucket that I've been pulling from on my Fabric Fridays, but I also want to dive into the stash that I have, move that to the side, recently bought in my birthday haul. So let me grab this little lot out, because that's what a lot of this stuff was intended for. Right, that is definitely Christmas stuff. If you've not seen my birthday haul, end of August, go check it out. That's where I got all of these. Now these were going to be used just to tack things down. Don't want those. That's a journal cover, and that wants cutting up, so we can put them back in the bag. But these definitely were ones that I wanted to start cutting into. I think I am just going to move my candle back up onto the windowsill, just in case, because I don't want to be, I'm clumsy, and the last thing I want to do is catch that. And then these were the lovely, lovely threads that I bought, so I think this is going to be a bit too thick for this project, so we'll put that back in there. Okay, so we've got our base, and I'm looking at this. Let's open this out and have a little look at what we've got on here. Oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? What does that say? Coca Co Limited? No, coca.co.limited. Oh, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Can you imagine we can pick up some of these little elements and do some stitching in there? In fact, actually, I'm thinking I might take that piece out and start with a bit of that. Okay, let's grab my bigger scissors. Now I'm actually going to cut it rather than rip it. Being brave, cutting into my fabric. I've been looking at this and looking at this when we've been doing the Fabric Friday, the lovely autumn projects that we've been doing, and thinking, oh, do I cut into this or do I not? But my original thought when I was in the shop and bought this was for slow stitching, so we can cut into it now. So what I'm thinking is, where that's got a natural fold, let's just see, will this do it? Oh, it does. Okay, so what do we want? I'm thinking I might have a piece along the bottom. Actually, I think I might have a whole strip down there. There's no right or wrong way to put anything together, is there? It's just going with intuitively kind of thinking where we want it, isn't it? Enjoying the mindful process. Okay. We're going to have, we can fray that bit, few along there. I'm just going to cut that bit off. And then we can fray it like so. So that's going to be, actually do it this way. This is going to be my top. That bit's going to go down there. Now, what else? Do we want a bit of this? Let's have a little look in the tub here. What do we got? Yeah, I wanted to try and incorporate a little bit more lace in with this one. So I've got this that has got some lovely floral elements on, which I thought we could use on the top. We just need to now put some bits down, don't we? I'm quite liking that, but I want this edge straight. It's not straight. I want to tuck it under there. So that's a base there. What else have we got? Ooh, do you know what? That on the other side is actually really quite nice, isn't it? And that, oh, that would just fit on there, wouldn't it? Look at that. There, that's quite a neutral base. But what I'm thinking is some of these, this flower. Let's see, I want to cut, use my little scissors with this, cut around that bit. We cut this out like so. Quite like that on top of there. What else have we got here? Do we want any? The only bit that's cut, it is. Okay. Just wondering about a bit just there. So I hope you guys have all been enjoying the last few slow stitch videos, and you are joining in and doing some slow stitching. I think I've made that a little, yeah, a bit too wide. Let's just cut it and then I can fray it afterwards. Yeah, I think that can go there. That's nice. So I like that as a base to then work on. So what I think we will do now is just do the tacking stitch. Let's see, just a little needle, and I'm just going to use some of this thread that I've got from my recent craft haul. And I think I said in the video I only really got this for the wooden spools. I mean, obviously I'm going to be using the thread for definite, but it literally was only so that I can repurpose these once I've finished using them. Okay, so we're just going to start in the top here, and we're going to do nice big stitches, literally just tacking it down. I think if I go round that first, let's do a big one along here. Let's seal that in. Then like so. Reposition that. Okay. Not to pull it too tight with this one. Hold this down. Now while I'm doing this, I'm actually thinking to myself that I know we were then going to put this on, but I'm just wondering if I want to do some stitching of this first before I put these on, so that we do like some background stitching, and then we can add bits on top of it. With this one, obviously everything was laid down first. Or do I lay it all down first and then do it? No, I will lay it all down, because then that way I can sort of like when we're going along here, we can attach this in. Okay, so we need to, where are we? We're there. We need to attach this. Okay, and let's put this down there. I'm just doing a fairly big stitch across it like so, and then that will just be pulled out when it's finished. I'm just going to cut a bit of that off. There we go, we don't need all of that. Okay, so that's that all tacked down, which means we don't need pins or anything like that, which is good. So let's move our fabric out to the side of me. So I've got a bit of space here. There we go. And now we need to decide on our threads. I have got my lovely new threads here that I bought. There's obviously the threads that we've been working on. I don't think I want the red threads, so I'll pop them over there. But we have got these colours. I've just been clipping using these really, really tiny pegs. I think I got these from the range one time. And I've just been using those to clip the scrappy bits together. So let's just pull out this big pack that I got ready to start my slow stitching, and I'm just wondering if there's any other colours. I think that's that same, yeah, because you get two of everything. We've got a darker thread here. Let's have a look. Is that the same as that one? Oh, it is the same as that one. Okay, fair enough. Don't think we want that colour. Oops. There is a bright orange, but I'm not feeling the orangey colour. Sorry for the crunkling. Possibly that one. We'll leave that out. The same colour as that. No, I think that's a slightly different colour. Yeah, slightly different colour. So there's a possibility there with those. Okay. Put that to the side, crunkling over. Sorry about that. So now I need to decide on what I'm doing to hold each of these down. Now, definitely think I could work on this, just do a stitch around there, and then what I think I would like to do is they call it a satin stitch, where you will go in and out of the same one. I think that would look really nice on there, but I want to tack this all down. Colour do I want to use? Do I want to use that? I might use that for the satin stitch actually. I don't think I've got a dark brown. Just having a look at some of the other threads. No, I thought I had a dark brown, and there obviously wasn't a dark brown in there. I've got this, which is a wool, but I want to save that for when I'm doing more decorative elements. What about this colour? Actually, that one. Just go round. In fact, I might even just go round. No, that disappears on there. Yeah, we'll use this one. Okay, there we go. Now, do we pull from this end? We do. That's good. Okay. Let's get my little scissors. They're easier to manage. My lovely little handmade needle book. I do have a video on how I made that if you guys haven't seen any of them, if you're new to my channel. So welcome. They'll be in the Fabric Friday playlist. That's separated up nicely. Yeah, that end is neater. Let's grab one that's got a slightly wider. Oh, I know what I was I bought these long needles that I wanted to actually see whether these would work. Obviously the length of them is a lot longer, and I struggle with the small needles. So I'm just having a little look and seeing which one has got a good wide hole. How much longer? Yeah, look at the length and the difference in that. We'll try this one and see if this is going to make it a bit easier for me. So let me just thread my needle. I'm just off camera threading my needle. Didn't work. Yeah, there we go. And then I just put a little knot. In the end. And we are just going to start actually looking at that. It's a bit too tall for that there. Let's just snip a ever so thin amount off. There we go. That's better. That's better. So I'm going to come up in the corner, and I'm just going to do a simple little running stitch all the way around. It actually feels nice, this needle in my hand. These yeah, they're just long darners, sizes 3 to 9. It feels easier to hold, which is what I was hoping it would be, because I do struggle with my dexterity with the little needles. Yeah, that kind of disappears almost into it, which is nice. As you guys know, I always do film ahead, especially as when I know a lot of you you lovely subscribers are in America, so I have it set to come on my time here in the UK 5 quarter past midnight, but obviously I think that's like during the day or morning for you guys, so I am filming this ahead. But yeah, it's a lovely sunny day today. Lovely sunny. I do like September's weather. It's definitely cooler of an evenings. Definitely cooler in the evenings and first thing in the morning. But we can often have such lovely sunny weather during the day. Okay. Now, I'm just wondering, do I carry on up there or do I carry on all round? I think I'm just going to do this section, so I'm going to come up here. And then I don't obviously want to go over this, so I'm going to come back up here, I think. That does mean I've got a long thread on the back, but if you remember the back of this one, I had some long threads on here as well, which when I've put this on so that it hangs, these you can see long threads. That one's got a few going across there as well. Those are probably going to go into a journal, so again, I'm not too bothered about the back, and this is going to be a journal topper, so this will stick down nicely. So we'll carry on along here. Now it's not catching that because it's only just on there, so when I come to stitch this one, I will make sure that whatever I do goes right down here to secure it. Oops, needles come unthreaded. Look at that. Let's see if I can get this threaded back through quickly. Does anybody else have a job to thread needles, or is it just me? I wouldn't have said the eye on here is particularly wide. When you're trying to put 3 strands through, it's sorry guys. There we go. I've got it. We've got it. Okay, so that one is now all nice and secure down. So as you know, I just go behind and put my thread down behind it. I don't actually, that's the only knot that's there, really, is when we start. I don't like to create too many knots on the back of it. There we go, that'll do just a couple of times. Snip it off. Okay, put that on there. So now we want to do this lovely little satin stitch. How are we doing for time? Half an hour. Okay, let's get this started. So we're going to use this, I think would look really nice in there. Oops. Sometimes these thread nicely, separate nicely. Other times it's a bit of a job. Oops. There we go. Make sure I've got a nice blunt end. And let's see if we can thread this. Yep. So knot it. Okay. So got to remember how you do this. Coming up here, and we want to come down there. Not sure if I'm doing this right. My brain, I can't quite remember if I'm doing the satin stitch right. I think I need to come back down here and then bring this. That's it. I think this is there, but I need to make sure that loop is through it. Is that right? Oh, it's been so long since I've done a satin stitch. No, maybe this is just a large chain stitch. It doesn't quite feel right. Still, it's a different stitch. I'm not sure what it's called. But I'm going to carry on like it. Oh, don't pull it too tight. So I'm going to go down this side. And then I'm coming up in the middle. Make sure that's over there. Like so. And down. That one didn't quite work. There we go. I need to... There we go. Let's pull that a bit tighter now. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm doing this right. I think I'm going to have to go and re-watch the video. But I'm just going to stitch. That's what it's all about. I don't have to always do precise stitching. I mean, that doesn't look too bad actually. Doesn't look too bad at all. Yeah, let's go. Let's do another one. So we're coming up here and we're going to go down. Oh, that's not in anything. Look, do it there. I'm going to come back up that same hole. Open it down, and then we're going to go just to the side. Oops, not too tight. That's not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. Oops. I do have a tendency to pull it tight. Yeah, that's not too bad at all. I think that's going to look nice all the way along. Okay. So we'll come up on the other flower. Okay. Back up there. And then just following the line, the shape that's already there, filling it in. Yeah, I don't think I'm going close enough with my threads. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Let me just do one more, and that can come down and go there. And then we're coming up to do the last one. Okay. When I've seen it done before, these are closer together and tighter, but I still think it looks really, really good. And I think when you do them all the way along here, it's just going to be brilliant. What I'm actually going to do with this, because it's I can lift that up and I can fill that one in there before that one gets sewn down, depending on what we're going to do with that. So what time were we at? We're about 45 minutes. So I'm going to carry on off camera and fill this in, and then next week we'll come back and we can do some more decorating over onto this side. We'll need to stitch this down. Definitely want to enhance this with lots of different stitching, and then we can also decide on what else we're going to be putting on the top of it, whether we want any more lace added to it, anything else at all. So thank you very much for tuning in and for another Slow Stitch Sunday. I hope you're going to be following along and make a journal cover as well, perhaps, or if not, just make some lovely wall art from the first piece that we done. And I will be back next week with some more slow stitching fun. Happy stitching, everybody. Take care.